Welcome to this Red Jacket Speaker Showcase Roundtable. My name is Vivienne Vermaak, and today I'm in conversation with Lindsay. I am a complexity coach, so I help people cope with the vast incomprehensibilities of life by showing them how to sit with it in authenticity, curiosity, and a sense of humor. And today I'm talking to Lindsay, who speaks on all things sustainability. Lindsay, welcome. So what is your big idea? What is the main theme you speak on?
I would say that I speak at the intersection of people, planet, and profit, connecting boardrooms with what is actually happening on the ground. Because real impact doesn't actually happen in a strategy deck. It happens where people, behavior, and systems meet. My work would say sits at the intersection of community-led solutions, behavior change, practical implementation. So everything I speak about comes from shared experience because I've worked with real communities, managing stakeholders, crisis, burnout, and trying to make systems work in real life.
Okay, so it certainly sounds that you're putting a lot of effort into it, but what problem are you solving? Why is this important?
You know, we design so many solutions at boardroom level. We come up with these big innovative ideas. There's a lot of effort and time and money spent there, but the behavior happens in real life and on the ground. So there's often a massive disconnect between the two. Even within companies, if you speak to individuals, the choices that they make in their personal lives are very different from the systems they operate within at business level. So until we start designing systems with human behavior, community insight and buy-in with lived experiences at the center, we'll keep having the same conversations and going around in the same circles.
Okay, so for a person like me at this ground level, what can I do who want to make a contribution to sustainability and the planet?
I think it starts with individual choice, and because consumers drive demand. So when we do talk, people often will step back and say, "Hang on, this is the way we do it at business or at work level." I think we've got to look at it from an individual level, and then if we take that practically into our business decisions and design, it'll make big and also, you know, just saying a simple hello to somebody at the traffic light, even if you can't help them with food or anything, because you don't know. You know, judgment is a luxury, and trauma removes that choice. And I think we just need to remember that we're all still human.
Fantastic. No, I'll definitely do that. All of us can do something. So in general, which audience connect most with your message, or which audience do you want to reach with your message?
You know, whether it's going to schools, to communities, or again at boardroom level, I'm not speaking from theory, I'm speaking from a lived experience. I've been in the messiness of it all with communities, managing complexities of day-to-day life and in the work, dealing with the burnout and trying to make things work from limited resources. I think everybody can and resonate with that. So when I speak, it's practical, it's honest, it's raw, it challenges people. So I'd like to think that I help individuals and organizations move from intention to implementation in a way that actually lands and it's not overwhelming.
Well, you're certainly very passionate and you sound very knowledgeable, but why now and why you?
Right now, there's so much pressure to act. And we're not always really, there's not much clarity around on how. And we know that there's been some very deep holes that people have gone down. What I bring is real insight into what works, what doesn't, and why. I'm not afraid to say uncomfortable things as well, because that's where the real change starts. I like to think that I shift narrative and reframe perspectives. And what this really matters for corporates and policymakers and organizations that are trying to deliver impact. They really do want to make a change. Real change doesn't start with the big ideas. It starts with recognizing what is working and rather build on that. And while it's maybe a topic that's been around for a while and it can be heavy, it really doesn't have to be. So all I'm trying to do is show people that real change doesn't need massive budgets or complicated strategies. It's small shifts, and it's often a behavior change and of the way that we just engage. And then when people see that, it becomes quite exciting, and then they think that anything is possible.
Well, it certainly sounds like it from the way you speak about it. Fantastic, Lindsay. Fantastic, Lindsay. Thank you very much. For more conversations like these centered around the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, connect with the Red Jacket Speaker Showcase series and hear expert opinion and voices on messages that matter.